too much of your time and money.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because I have always told the women that I know that are single, I say, you know, go out and date. Do it. It's nothing. You're not losing anything. Because first of all, most men are going to pay. So the thing is, you're probably going to get a good dinner and you're going to get some good cocktails. You may have a wrong date, but guess what? You got those two things, you're moving on. But if we find more men like you
won't.
Then you won't.
No, not initially. Not if you don't. You know, not if you initially don't pass the first. You know, because you eliminate yourself.
Right, the first impression. So when you go out, where do you meet women? Like, you know how everyone says, don't go out, meet a person in the club. You know what they're looking for.
Right.
Where do you find these people you date? You can find them in church. Church people not always 100%. They not always together.
Some of the church people are just woo. Lord,
well, you're talking about places. They're different. There's usually a different mindset for a woman in a different scenario. Most women at a club aren't looking for somebody. People, that's a misconception. I mean, this younger generation is a little more prevalent, but what I found when it comes to clubs is, what I found now that I've been back in the dating game for the last 5 years, that women when you start putting the club in the equation, that's usually someone you've already been talking to. And I couldn't understand what had happened because it was happening a lot. And I was like, why do you want me to meet you in a club? Like, you know, we might have been talking for a month, 2, maybe we've been on a date or 2.
Yeah.
And they're like, why do you want me to meet? But what it is they want to get to the club, get some drinks, and then they don't feel bad about going home and sleeping with you. Because they've been out with their friends. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't know what that's about. What are you saying?
I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I kept saying, why do they keep wanting me? I kept saying, why do they keep saying, you know, like, why don't you just come over? And they would be like, no, come to this spot. And I was like, why? You know, like, I don't really go out. Like, why do you want? And then I kept hearing up, so finally I went, and then I figured out what it was. It's because you're partying, you might with a girl or two, you're having a good time, and then everybody likes the whole, you know, the biggie thing. You know, you leave the club, you know, cheese, eggs, and grits, and you go home, and you know that whole thing. Right. So it's like, you know, they had a guy come to the club that they like, that, you know, that's gonna be there, y'all drink, y'all have a good time, she might be in VIP or whatever, and then you go home, you know what I mean? So it's like you have the ending to that night, you know, and that's like it was a common thing I seen where, you know, everybody, you know, the girls like to have the ending to that night, that nice night at the club. So I already like him, already feeling him. He's not somebody who randomly came up and bought me a drink. He's took me out. I think this is when I want to go on ahead and give it up. So for it to be a memorable night, I have them come to the club, we'll party, we'll have a good time, and then I'll go home, and that's what I found like a club scenario. But then you have different scenarios. I mean, you have women that, you know, they do it different ways, but that's what the club scene. Now, as far as where I meet women, I meet women everywhere. I mean, online, you know, I meet women, you know.
So do you do online dating?
I wouldn't say. I use Tinder. I mean, I've met people on Tinder. I've met people on Facebook. I've met people on. I've never met nobody on Twitter. I meet people in different places, but I don't get into that.
Right.
I'm a person, I do IT by trade. So at the end of the day, if I meet somebody at Walmart, like I tell people, if I meet somebody at Walmart, and then we get to talking, and then somebody be like, well, where'd you meet her? I'd be like, Walmart. They're like, oh, that's okay. But then you meet somebody on Facebook, and then somebody will say, well, especially about 5, 6, 7 years ago, when it really started getting popular, and you'd be like, oh, you met him on Facebook, and they would laugh, and it was and I would be like, what's the difference? Because the person that I met at Walmart has a Facebook page.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, you know, what difference does that make? It online or not online? To me, it's a person, because I can walk right out here right now, a woman walking the street, I start talking to her, she's gonna have some type of social media.
Right.
What's the difference? Exactly. So that's my thing. People be like, well, so there was a thing because of Craigslist killer, you know, people online are crazy, or because they're online and you met them, that means something wrong. Something wrong with the girl that's going to be walking down the street. Everybody got something going on with them. So the whole online thing doesn't, you know, I met people at, the Roof. I met people at the Roof. I met people, you know, work. I mean, I met people all kinds of places. Lunch break, you know.
You can hit on the right side.
Yeah, so it's all kind of places to meet.
So place, not really much there. Let's talk about how you don't want to date people on the job.
No, it's not good.
Yeah,
that's a no.
You don't date someone on the job. Let me tell you, because you have to work with this person 8 hours of the day. Not saying, and there's a lot of people that are in relationships. They work together. They husbands and wives. They work together. And like I told one lady that they work with me now I said, there's no way I'm about to come in here, work with you all day, act with you all night. I said, how does that happen? And she was like, it gets overwhelming sometimes because you don't have that outlet for a break.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no, she doesn't go get her hair done, she doesn't get her nails done, so there's no outlet to go nowhere else, you know what I mean? And I said, you need that outlet as a woman, and he needs that outlet as a man to have some hangout time. I was like, when you see a person all day, you know, sometimes they work different shifts, but I mean, they met at the job, and it just so coincidentally, and I mean, it does seem, I mean, to me, it's like I told her, I'll be telling my time, y'all got a real love, seriously, because when you can work with somebody all day and be with them all night, and not have a problem and still have that first true love type thing, I said that's something real. And so I always be counseling them. I really don't be doing nothing, but yeah.
I've actually dated at work. There's a formula that is somewhat successful when you. I mean, because sometimes things just happen. Let's be realistic.
Right.
Sometimes you get on your job or somebody starts working or you start working somewhere and you like, okay, you know, I got to do this. You know what I mean? Like I ain't ready to pass this up. And what I found that works is you know, we work here. This is where we make our money. We want to talk about love, our relationship, having sex, anything, any problems. We do that outside of work. But when we're at work, we work. Period.
Right.
Like let's not bring that to work.
Right.
And that works. Not that I've done it a lot, but that actually works. It just has to be somebody who's mature enough and strong enough to reinforce it and make sure that that's understood.
Right.
But that's the best. I mean, because you just gonna. I mean, let's be honest. This is like people who say, you know, you don't date. I mean, there's some taboos that everybody wants to say that they don't do, but then we do it.
Right.
You know, we don't date a friend's
Right.
ex. I date friends' exes. That's a whole nother story. But I mean, but because at the end of the day, especially if they weren't married, y'all weren't married.
Right.
Y'all were not married. That was dating.
Yeah.
Man,
Then why